Hi, in this video, we're going to create a new project. So if you have not already done so, go ahead and open up Revit on your computers. And when Revit loads, and it takes a couple minutes to load, the first thing you're going to see is this. It's going to say Projects and Families. What I want you to do is go down under Projects, click on New. And again, just like we discussed before, we'll go to Architectural Template. We'll create a new project, and we're going to hit Open. When this window opens up, what we want to do, the very first thing we want to do when we create a new project is go to an elevation view. Remember, these four cameras are our four elevation views, north, south, east, and west. We want to go to an elevation view because we want to set up the levels in our project, the floor and roof levels. So what I want you to do is go down to the project browser in the lower left corner here, scroll down to the category called Elevations, Building Elevation. Just double click on one of these. We'll just double click on East. That will take us to the East elevation. Even though we haven't built anything, we do have a camera position there, and this is what the camera is seeing. When we create a new project in Revit, there are two levels already that come in with the project. So we're going to wheel forward on our mouse and zoom in, and we're going to look at these two levels. What we're going to do in this instance for this first tutorial house that we're making, we're going to change the heights of these levels, and we're going to add in some new levels. So the first thing I want you to do is go to what the computer is calling level 1, and I want you to double click on the words level 1. Double click on it, and you can see it's highlighted. It's like a Word document. We're going to change this to 00 Foundation. We're changing the name of our level, and we hit enter. It will ask you, would you like to rename corresponding views? Whenever this comes up, we always want to say yes. So we've simply renamed that level 00 Foundation. Level 2, we are going to rename 01 Lower Level. So I'm going to go to where it says level 2, double click on it, and I'm going to rename that 01 Lower Level, and I hit enter. Yes, we want to rename these views. Okay, and then let's see, we want to add a couple of more levels here. So I'm going to wheel out. I'm going to zoom out until I can see the whole thing. Levels, I think, are under our Architecture tab. So go to your toolbar at the top of your screen, make sure Architecture is selected, and then run down the ribbon here until you get to the right end. And we've got a category here called Level. This allows you to add a new level. So if we click on Level, you can see our cursor turns into a little cross. And the idea is we're going to add in a couple of new levels here, and then we will rename them and very precisely locate where they need to go. My way of doing things in Revit is put the item in the model first, put it in imprecisely, and then go back after the fact and fine-tune it. Put it in exactly where it needs to go. So I'm going to put in a new level here, a third level, and I'm not so concerned where the level is occurring yet because in the next step we will precisely position it. So my cursor, I'm going to take it so it aligns with the left end of these two levels. And when that happens, you can see there's a blue dashed line here. I'm just going to click it. Once I'm in line with these two ends, I just click my cursor and pull straight over until the little level text aligns on the right-hand side. And we see this blue dashed line, and I'm going to click there. I'm going to add in one more level. I'm going to go to the left end, click, pull it to the right until I see this blue dashed line, and click there. And then I'm going to hit Modify. Modify gets me out of the level placing mode. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to, first of all, rename these, and then I'll give these levels the appropriate heights where they need to go in relation to each other. So I'm going to wheel forward on my mouse. I'm going to zoom in until I can see level 3, and I'm going to rename level 3 as 02 Entry Level. I double click there, type in 02 Entry Level, and hit enter. And yes, I want all corresponding views to be renamed. I'm going to wheel out a little bit and then wheel in. Get used to wheeling in and out with your mouse. It just makes life really easy for you. And I'm going to change, I'm going to rename level 4. I'm going to rename this as 03 roof. 03 roof. Enter. Okay. I've got these all renamed. Now I want to change where these are occurring elevation-wise from each other. So this time I'm going to go down to 00 foundation and I'm going to double click on the 0 feet 0 inches. Double click on that and I'm going to change this to minus 14 feet and hit enter. It pushes it down. It's now 14 feet below the ground plane. If we assume that 0 feet 0 inches is the horizontal ground plane, this foundation level is 14 feet below that now. This next level here, I'm going to change this to from 10 feet to minus 10 feet. So again, I double click on the 10 feet and I change it to minus 10 feet. Enter. And you can just type in minus 10 tick mark, enter. It knows that a single tick mark is feet and a double tick mark is inches. So we've got two levels that are actually below grade. They're underground here. That's totally correct. The next one we're going to do O2 entry level, whatever number this is, and we'll probably all have different numbers because we've randomly placed these levels. Double click on it and change it to 0 feet. Our entry level now is at the ground plane level. And then finally, this last level here, our roof level. Again, you're going to have a different value than me. We're going to change this from whatever it is to positive 10 feet, or just 10 feet. Enter. So this is what we should end up with at the end of this portion of the video. 00 foundation, minus 14 feet. 01 lower level, minus 10 feet. 02 entry level, at 0 feet 0 inches, and 03 the roof level will be at 10 feet 0 inches.
Once we have created our various levels here and given them the proper names and given them the proper dimensions, we need to make sure that these levels are showing up in our project browser over here, that we have the capability of adding floor plans and ceiling plans to our new levels that we've just created. And you can see here that the two default levels that came with this template when we open this file, 00 foundation and 01 lower level, those are showing up. But our two additional levels that we put in, 02 entry level and 03 roof, are not showing up over here. And we need to have these levels showing up in our project browser so that we can create various floor, ceiling, and roof plans for these levels. So we're going to add these in doing a couple steps here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to our View tab up here, click on View, and we're going to go to this little icon here called Plan Views. It's a small icon, but if you hover over it, you can see the name comes up, Plan Views. Click on Plan Views, and it gives us a couple of choices as to what we want to create. We want to create floor plans and reflected ceiling plans that accompany these two new levels. So we're going to start off with floor plan first. We're going to click on floor plan, and this window will come up. It says select one or more levels for which you want to create new views, but it only shows the two views that came in by default, the two levels that came in by default. To see our additional two levels, we need to uncheck this box. Uncheck do not duplicate existing views. If we uncheck that, suddenly 02 entry level and 03 roof show up. Let's hold down our control button and select both of these, 02 entry level and 03 roof, and hit OK. And what it does over here in our floor plan category, we can now see 02 entry level is showing up here and 03 roof is showing up here. If we scroll down to our elevation views and double click on East again, we can see also that these two new levels have blue icons that match the preceding two. Originally, these were black when we added them in. When they turn blue, that means they have an accompanying space in the project browser for floor plans or ceiling plans. So we've got the floor plans in here. Now we need to add in our ceiling plans because we can see only 00 foundation and 01 lower level are showing up. So again, we're going to go back to our plan views category, This time we're going to select reflected ceiling plan, and we're going to uncheck do not duplicate existing views, and we're going to hold down the control button and select both O2 entry level and O3 roof and hit OK. And if we look at our ceiling plans now in the project browser, we have space over here where we can subsequently create our reflected ceiling plans for these two new levels that we put in.
At this point, go ahead and save your project. I recommend saving your project frequently, just in case your computer crashes. If you save it frequently, you won't lose much data. That will happen at some point in your design career. So go to the blue R over here, click on the little drop-down menu, and go to Save As. And under Save As, we want to save this as a project. It's the first category that comes up. So we'll save this as a project. And I'm just going to save it, find a location where you want to save your projects. Find a folder you want to put it in. And just give it a name. We'll call this something like this. We're building a house inset into a hill. So you could call it House on the Hill. Files of type project files .rvt. That indicates a Revit file. If you ever see something that has a name and then .rvt, that's a Revit project. That's the format we want to save it as. And we just hit save. From here on out, every time you want to save, just hit Control plus S. Control S is the shortcut for saving your project. Okay, we'll just wrap up here. I just wanted to show you how to save your file and place levels. We will start putting in our foundation walls in the next video.